What's going on? So, I'm a Marvel MCU What If fans out there, and welcome back to my channel, Movie Files. We are here with my final recap, breakdown, and review of Disney Plus What If. We're talking episode 9, which was titled What If the Watcher Broke His Oath, an episode in which we meet the Guardians of the Multiverse. We're breaking it all down here in the spoiler review, but before we dive into it, make sure you're checking me out on all my other social media accounts. If you all are new to the channel, well, welcome to the community. Consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. That way you can get the alert from when I drop new content. If you enjoyed this spoiler review, well, make sure to like and share the review. It helps out the channel a lot, but also appreciate the support. And in those comments, once you've seen this 9th episode of What If, the season finale, because we got a season 2 coming hopefully sooner rather than later, let me know what you all thought about the battles, the end, the mid-post credit scene, as well as the potentiality of some of these characters crossover from this Disney animated show to the live action MCU. Let's talk about it, and also share your rankings of all 9 episodes in the comments below, and let's discuss it in the comment section. So before we dive into it, as you all may or may not know, but every single Wednesday, and it'll be today, 5 p.m. Central Time, myself and my amazing co-hosts Amanda and Chris, we will be going live discussing more in depth about this episode. We'll be sharing our rankings of all 9 episodes, and we will be talking spoilers of Venom Let There Be Carnage, and especially that mid-post credit scene. We're talking about it tonight, so you want to join in tonight, 5 p.m. Central Time. See you all there. So listen, we got a lot to discuss in this epic episode of What If, and oh my goodness, my jaw was on the ground. The battle sequences, the power scaling, the epic moments were incredible. I love this episode. Again, I'll share my rankings tonight with you all on the live stream, but let's just say this is definitely top tier for me. I just love this episode through and through, and I can't stress enough the possibilities of these characters, Ultron, Zola, Killmonger, Captain Carter, Supreme Strange, making their way into the MCU, the Watcher himself. Fingers crossed, Kevin Feige, that you can make this happen. But let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments. But let's break it all down. As immediately I already have a smile on my face because they open up the episode with Captain Carter playing off the Winter Soldier timeline, which is one of my favorite MCU films to date, which was so exciting to see her fighting Backtroth, and as she's fighting him, time for her to get recruited. We cut to T'Challa, Star-Lord, saving Peter Quill in this universe from Ego as he's recruited. We cut to Killmonger, who's wrecking up shop in Wakanda, which I would love to see that episode of how all that played out. And we see that he's chosen Thor's, the protector of Las Vegas, he's picked as well. And now we have the Avengers at this pub, who is very familiar with Captain Carter as Doctor Strange sets this up, or I should say Supreme Strange, and it is time for them to save all lives in the multiverse, as the Watcher calls them. And I love this name that they go by, the Guardians of the Multiverse. And listen, again, fingers crossed, I'm speaking into existence. I want to see the Guardians of the Multiverse on the big screen, because this cast and crew and the dynamic and the power scaling these characters, and also too, how did I completely skip over Gamora and her timeline with Tony Stark? They're creating the Infinity Gauntlet, and we see Tony and her working together, and she's a survivor of Sakaar, and she destroyed Thanos. What's up with that storyline? I want to see that in season 2, because that just sounds epic within itself. But we have the Guardians of the Multiverse, and they getting their game plans all set up. And Gamora, she has what she calls an Infinity Crusher. Where was that in Infinity War? That would have been pretty helpful. But it is now time for showtime. The team has to gather up as they're celebrating, prepping for their battle, what they're hoping to be tomorrow. Leave it to no other than Party Thor to get the party started early, as he gets the attention of Ultron. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get this thing started as Doctor Strange, or Supreme Strange, puts this spell to protect all of the Guardians of the Multiverse, which again, I'm like, our Doctor Strange in Infinity War, he couldn't put a spell and protection spell on all of our Avengers? I don't know. But nonetheless, we move on, as I have in my notes all the action sequences that just blew my mind. First and foremost, Thor throws his hammer at Ultron, and we see Supreme Strange multiply those hammers by 1,000, which was epic. We see Captain Carter with her shield, with the spell, with Supreme Strange, and she hits Ultron. We see T'Challa grabs the Mind Stone. Again, my mind's like, this is bringing me back to Infinity War, when we saw the Avengers, or half the Avengers, fighting Thanos. But this was like that times 1,000, because we have Supreme Strange. I need Supreme Strange in the MCU because he is fantastic. But we see Ultron notices that the stone is missing, and again, mic drop after mic drop as Doctor Strange brings in the zombies, and there's a surprise zombie that he brought. It's not just the zombies that he brought. Wanda is in that horde of zombies, which I guess that means that she beat the Hulk in the zombie episode, which that would have been cool if the Hulk would have appeared. But I mean, I'm just like, at this point, my mind's all over the floor. My jaw is just gone at this point. My mind's blown. So I'm just a little kid watching, a cartoon back in the 90s on a Saturday morning. It was that type of nostalgia for me, watching just epicness. But as they attempt to crush the stone, as they leave that in particular universe, we see Nat from last week's universe. She intercepts the stone, and obviously she doesn't know who they are. But then we see Carter steps in like, I'm one of the few people you trust. We're good friends on my planet, and she obviously accepts that. But then we have, again, more epicness as they fight for the stones, as we see Ultron throws this major Infinity Stone blast at the Guardians of the Universe, Multiverse, and Supreme Strange eats it and just has it for breakfast. Again, Supreme Strange, OP as hell, and I want to see that character in live action as he throws his, back at Ultron, and they, again, they're fighting for the stone at this point, and it is just so epic to see this slow motion time stone versus time stone being used at this point, and we see Supreme Strange. He brings out literally his inner demons, his inner monsters into play, and they try to get the Crusher. They get it all set up. But the logic kicks in, in which I guess is kind of a contradiction, because we see Gamora say, oh, that's right, I can't use it here because these Infinity Stones aren't from my planet. But how is Ultron able to use, and we talked about this last week on the stream, how is he able to use his Infinity Stones from different universes if they've already established in Loki that the Infinity Stones only work on that particular universe? Again, I guess it's just he's so connected to the Infinity. I don't know. Let me know the logic behind how Ultron is able to use the Infinity Stones from different universes, but we can't use a time or an Infinity Stone Crusher in that universe. I'm a little bit confused on that, but let me know about that logic. But nonetheless, Ultron realizes that I have to kill Strange, and that's going to kill all the rest of the Guardians of the Multiverse. And we see Nat, who again saves the day. She remembers that she has a virus with Zola on it, and we get this epic shot of Peggy Carter hitting, or say Captain Carter open up Ultron's shield, and that's where Nat has the perfect shot as she says R.I.P., and this is in honor of Clint. Lands it right in the eye, and this moment was so dope, seeing Ultron and Zola having a conversation. And Zola keeps his word. He does take out Ultron, but he has some plans for his own. But speaking of plans, this whole time, Killmonger has one of the Ultron bot heads. He walks up to Ultron and takes the Infinity Stones for himself, and this is the perfect anti-hero because he has his own agenda, which can seem very villainous, as he wants to save lives, save the multiverse, and make life better for everyone, but he's going about it like he can't use that type of power. The responsibility in your hand can corrupt you, and we know he's a Killmonger, he's a killer. So we see our Star-Lord, or T'Challa Star-Lord, trying to reason with him as he did with Thanos in his timeline, but he's not able to, saying, I'm not your cousin from this universe. As he says, and unfortunate you guys won't take my offer. He shoots off a blast, but then this is where comic book fans are gonna love this. Zola, the classic kind of looking, the stomach bot version of Zola, comes in, and they're about to have a fight. And it's on this moment that Supreme Strange realizes, oh, this is all a part of the plan. We have to separate him from the body of the stones. And that's when the Watcher comes in, and we wrap things up so perfectly. Again, the implications of this episode are so huge. As we cut to, again, Zola Ultron bot versus Killmonger with his Infinity Stones. They're all in this pocket universe, this pocket dimension that Supreme Strange has been given the task to watch his own type of situation at hand. He's a watcher of himself. As Supreme says to the Watcher, what are friends for? And the question is, how long will he watch that pocket universe? And imagine Killmonger and that Ultron Zolabot getting out of that pocket universe and making their way into the live action MCU. Ooh, that would be perfection. But as each member makes their way back to their timeline, at the exact same point, we see Carter looks back at the Watcher and say, I want my happy ending, as she wants, as Steve wanted from Endgame, but, he's just like, I can't make that happen. This world needs its Captain Carter, and she goes back into her timeline. But that leaves Nat behind, who doesn't have a world to go to, and she tells the Watcher, you can fix things, you can make this happen. He's like, you know what, this is all a facade. As we see that there's this big old all-out battle with the Avengers versus Loki from the first Avengers, but this world doesn't have a Natasha Romanoff. Now they do have a Natasha Romanoff, as Nick Fury say, you're not my Nat, but you have the spirit of Nat. I don't know if that's foreshadowing, especially after last week with the actual actress Scarlett Johansson and Disney coming to terms with her lawsuit. We have Yelena, I know, but if we can get that back and get that version that we got with What If in that would be perfect. But again, only time will tell. The MCU has this kind of like a cheat code to bring these characters back. But nonetheless, all the characters make their way back home. The Watcher's all safe now. He's going to protect all the homes, all the people in the multiverse. We'll see if we'll get him in a live action. But we get a mid-credit scene, and it is Captain Carter back in her multiverse, back in her universe, as Nat shows her surprise that the Hydra Stomper is still present and someone's inside of it, a.k.a. Steve Rogers. So she does get her kind of in-game happy ending. What an ending to the episode. What an ending to this incredible season. Again, I'm going to rank them tonight on the live stream, 5 p.m. Central Time. Myself, Amanda, and Chris. We're talking this episode. We're ranking episodes. We're talking Venom 2. I hope to see you all there. What an incredible experience. I really loved What If from beginning to end. Yes, there were some episodes that didn't work entirely, but my biggest thing with this show is the power scaling, the incredible, change of the characters, the variations of the characters, the different timelines that we saw, the different multiverses, the epic fights, the jokes were there, the stakes were there, the emotion. Again, hearing Chadwick Boseman for multiple episodes just this touched my heart to hear him. And again, rest in peace to the King, T'Challa, and Chadwick Boseman. That was incredible and had an emotional moment there. Such a great epic show, but again, the implications of the show, I want to see Captain Carter live action. I want to see Supreme Strange. I want to see the Watcher. I want to see these characters, Ultron, Bot, make their way into the MCU. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Can we make it happen? I want to see it. But that's just my thoughts on this episode. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching all these reviews. Again, hope you can tune in tonight, 5 p.m. Central Time for the live stream. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments, your rankings of all 9 episodes, and I hope you all can tune in tonight. Before you all leave, make sure to like the video, share the video. Again, leave your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any other content. As you can see on the screen now, subscribe to the channel, check out the other content, and I'll see you all tonight. Take care, everybody.